Hey, what's up? Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment video. I'm the host of the podcast, or the channel, Wood, and another phenomenal game in this NCAA tournament. As you can see down at the bottom, I don't even like the way that looks. War Eagles. Let me fix that really quickly. Phenomenal game. Auburn. I shouldn't pick any more teams. I mean, if I pick any more teams, they're going to lose because UK was kind of the last team that I was rolling with. I hate to move on to Duke, but I'm just going to stay out of it. You know, I don't have any. I'm just going to stay out of it. But phenomenal game. I was getting ready to say we really need to give Coach Cal a lot of credit for what he's done with this team. I don't think this was one of his better teams, but they were all up and down the top 25 this year. What's going on here? I'm mainly doing this because I want to test something with this live chat feature. So excuse me while I try to troubleshoot something real quick. I see one other person is in here. I'm trying to check out this live chat to see if it shows up. So you can help me out if you said something. And it looks like it's still, yeah, there it is. So it does work. All right. I just wanted to be sure in case anybody ever says anything that you know, I can interact with people. But a phenomenal game. Auburn, in comparison to the Michigan Wolverines, who I commented on earlier and is my main college basketball team, Auburn's guards played north and south versus Michigan, who did a lot of east to west stuff. So phenomenal job from Harper. Obviously, the other kid, Bryce Brown, carried them, you know, through the first half and into the second half, but he kind of died out after he had that phenomenal sequence where he hit the, I think he hit a three, then came down and got, I think it was a steal, and then he went to the line and missed the free throw, intercepted the pass, stepped back and hit the three-pointer, and I don't think he did much else after that. Phenomenal game from P.J. Washington. Auburn's just hot right now. It's just a matter of, you know, in most years you run into a team that's just hot. Bruce Pearl is a hustler, in my opinion, by nature. Bruce Pearl is just a get-it-done guy, a big motivator. In my opinion, he's a different version of John Calipari, in my opinion. But he's been out there. Had the job briefly over there at Tennessee. Was kind of when he got to he got on the big stage where you thought, you know, he could really do something with the basketball program, and that was short lived, as I believe he ran into some kind of recruiting violations, and which was something that had happened to him before, earlier in his career, where things got derailed. But now he's just been down there in Alabama, where basketball obviously isn't the favorite sport in the state. But hey, he's assembled a pretty decent team. He's coaching his tail off. These two guards that he has, they're fun to watch. Just interesting. I guess, you know what. I guess for anybody that's checking this out, you know, when your team is out of the bracket, and your bracket is gone, even you don't even have either of your national title game teams are gone. What do you do? You know, how do you approach following the game from that point on? Do you pick a new team, or you know, whatever? Or second question would be, if your overall bracket is trash and you don't do that great in the pool, whether you ran a pool or whether you participated in a pool at work, if the bracket overall is trash, but you pick the national title winner, do you get some type of consolation from that? Or does it just not matter? But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to make sure. I tried to take this live chat function from feature from one place earlier when I did the boxing live stream. It didn't work. And so I was trying to troubleshoot to see if it's a certain screen that I have to grab this link from for this to work. So I mainly was jumping back on here for that. This really wasn't intended to be clickbait. Moving forward to this last game to decide the final, the final team for the Final Four. I guess it's Duke and Texas Tech. I've been making this joke about Team Under Armour versus the Nike programs, with Texas Tech putting out Team Jumpman from in my Michigan Wolverines, and now with Auburn putting out Kentucky, who's just a regular Nike school. But I could imagine playing in some Under Armour basketball sneakers, to be honest with you. But great showing for Under Armour. I mean, if you're looking forward to getting new schools, I would think that that's kind of a struggle, with a coach that has to go visit one of these 4-star, 5-star, or top 100 or top 50 kids, in your Under Armour school. And I guess, and none of the let's keep it funky. None of the Under Armour schools are really big basketball programs. So but I just wonder how that, and with today's youth, you never know how they look at Charles Barkley celebrating his Auburn guys moving on. I wonder how far he had them going. All right, so the live chat does work. Checked a couple of boxes off this weekend. I'm gonna start hitting this live stream feature. A little bit more. Might do one tonight after I check out tonight's episode of Billions. Might do an entertainment live stream, maybe. And that's another phenomenal thing here for Coach Bruce Pearl, is to lose a guy such as his forward that they had, Okiki, I think is his name. To lose him with a, what is the subject about? I'm just talking about NCAA basketball. You a basketball fan, Ricardo? College basketball at all? That's actually interesting that you bring that up. That's the next thing that I got to figure out is when I do live stream, I'm having an issue making the title of the live stream really what I want it to be about. So, but if you look down there on the scroll at the bottom, you can see that I'm talking about basketball. My bad, Ricardo, man. That's why if you look up top at the banner up there, up above, this really isn't my boxing stuff. I do boxing under my Bite Down Boxing, kind of playlist that I have here on the channel. So I do mainly talk boxing, but boxing is such a niche sport. I like to get back to other things because I really don't like to be bogged down into just one thing. But yeah, Zion is actually getting ready to play in his second game right here. Zion Williamson is kind of the central player on the Duke Blue Devils. They're getting ready to play in the second game right now to decide the last team that's going to be a part of the Final Four. So, what you think about Ricardo? If you still there, man, what you think about any of the fights this weekend? Any of them stand out to you? All was trash. I can't I can't really argue with that, bruh. it wasn't the greatest weekend of boxing. I did catch the Ryan Garcia fight. I talked about that on the earlier stream. Why would you say that, man? Why would you say that the zone needs to go out of business? I hate to keep coming across as the guy who's sticking up or defending the zone, but I would think, just being neutral, I would think that more platforms putting boxing on, I would think that it would help give us more options as fans, and that it would encourage competition between the people that are putting boxing out there. I mean, that's just my opinion, but you know, I respect your opinion on that. If you're saying it makes things more complicated to get the fights that we want to see, I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. Final four. The fights aren't up to par and the app needs more content. I saw plenty of comments this weekend that that the Zone had the better fights this weekend in comparison to ESPN Plus app. I thought it was a lot of I thought the one intriguing point about the DAZN card, I thought it was a good, I thought the intriguing thing there was to see what Ryan Garcia was all about. How did he look? You know, this is two camps now with Canelo's crew, the Reynosos. So I thought that was the interesting part about that fight for me. And then also I mentioned earlier there was a WBO lightweight, I don't even know what that was, light flyweight or something, like a 108-pound fight. But there was a guy on there, Angel Acosta. I had never heard of him before. Why would you say he's a clout chaser? In case you type something, I think my thought on it is Golden Boy's invested in him. They got to do their part to bring him along and see if he has the goods or not, or if he is the goods. And we get to see whether he is or whether he isn't. You know, as we get more fights from him. So I don't know how he's clout chasing. I mean, if you're talking about his social media stuff back and forth online, it seems like most guys are active in social media. No argument there. No argument there. As far as him needing to change up his speed on his punches. Did you watch last night's fight though? Yeah, I hit on that earlier about him and Tank Davis. I don't think Ryan Garcia is ready for that fight at the moment. And right now, okay, well, you saw the fight last night, so fair comment. I don't know if, okay, then we see eye to eye right there. I was about to say, I didn't really see that being, the change in speed on his punches, I didn't really see that as an issue last night. I do think he needs to go to the body more. I think he needs to, I mean, I think now he's with the Reynosos, and this being their second camp together, he's spending more time with Canelo Alvarez. I think he's in a bit of a transition right now altogether and kind of rebuilding whatever his fighting style is really going to be. I saw, if you were checking it out, I saw some of the interaction with Canelo, some of the different stuff that it seemed like he was reminding him of or talking to him about. And then some of the stuff that Reynoso was saying, it seems like they're reminding him of different tactics and whatnot, and combinations and shot select, or punch selection that they want him to be mindful of. And I think we're just kind of seeing the beginning of that process for him to develop into a more well-rounded fighter. But yeah, I don't think last night, I didn't think he went to the body enough. Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't say he's afraid. I would say right now it might not be a big opening by Michigan State. I would say right now, afraid to get hit. What's up, Ronald Finke? Salute to you, my brother. I'm not gonna be on here much longer, man. This is really my basketball. As you can see, I got a different layout for this one. This is more sports and entertainment. When you see this layout up, I'll be talking about non-boxing stuff mostly. But my man Ricardo Rimple, I think that's how you pronounce it, was asking me, or we were discussing some stuff with Ryan Garcia. What was I mentioning? Oh, I don't think right now, I don't think it's a good idea for, well, you're right. I guess while you're in this learning stage, I guess you should be experimenting with different things, especially if you're fighting, you know, opposition that you're supposed to beat. Maybe you spend some time working on parts of your game, such as inside fighting. But I think he's doing two things. I think he's trying to Okay, Fink. I think he's trying to impress people and convince people that he's going to be whatever they want him to be or whatever they're building him up to be. So I don't know if he's going to be doing things that he's not necessarily good at. He's probably working on those types of things in the gym, you know, away from the eye of the camera and whatnot. That's just my opinion. But that's one thing that I mentioned earlier, though, on the earlier live streams. I feel like damn, and I just totally forgot my point. Oh, he needs to face other opposition that's going to make him do other things. Like right now, we just basically see him fighting a more advanced or higher level of the same type of fighter that he's fighting or he's already fought. So we need to see a guy who's going to crowd him and pressure him and make him fight inside. We need to see him fight somebody slick. We need to see him, you know, fight. And this kid, Jose Lopez, I thought he started out really good. He just didn't really, you know, he just didn't really have a plan B per se. So it was kind of simple once he solved that. And then once he got on the offense, it was kind of curtains after that. But I think he's just developing. I mean, he can't do everything. I think it would be foolish to try to do everything every time out and show everything. So I think it's going to be up to, you know, the matchmakers to put him in there with some guys that are going to make him, they give him some different looks and go from there. Who do I think is going to win the NCAA tournament? The last three teams I picked, they've all been beat. So at this point, I'm just kind of observing, man. Like I said, right now, this is a great game with Michigan State and Duke. And honestly, it's one of the best, you know, matchups that we can hope for going into the, you know, the Final Four or Elite Eight and whatnot. So I'm a Midwest guy, so I guess, you know, I could be taking Michigan State. But definitely want to see more of Zion Williamson if possible, and definitely want to see him in the brightest lights, which would be the title game. Yeah, that last dude, I forget his name now. I thought he was Brazilian or something. I wouldn't say he was really a slick fighter. I would say he tried to get into Ryan Garcia's head and tried to get him off of his square and tried to Zion missed 3. I thought he tried to get him off of his game and tried to do some other things to maybe get Garcia not thinking and get him out of character is what I thought that cat did. I can't remember his name. I know it was like a month and a half or 2 months ago, but I would suggest to check it out, Ronald Finkley. I'm seeing people all over the place with how good or how or whatever, wanting to know what Garcia is right now. I mean, he is 17 or 18-0 now, I believe, with 15 KOs. I think he's pretty solid. But right now, I mean, 135 is it's a lot of live bodies at 135. We don't know how long he can make 135 or make 135 comfortably. I do think he came in like 134 point something. So maybe he's not struggling at all to make the weight right now. He is a guy with real slender legs. So it's not like he carries a lot of weight, down in his base. So I'm excited to see what he does. I mean, I'm pretty neutral on most of this stuff. I'm not trying to tell people what's going to happen before they actually happen. So I'm kind of just waiting to see what he is. Right now, I'm just enjoying the process of what they're doing with him. I do think it is time, though, to get him to face a slicker fighter. And I don't know. Like I said, I mentioned one thing earlier. They had on the other DAZN card last night. They had a pair of undefeated super welterweight prospects from the UK, the Anthony Fowler and Scott Fitzgerald. Fowler was 9-0, but he's one of the top ranked guys in England, and then Scott Fitzgerald was 12-0, but he was maybe like their 8th or 10th ranked guy. And I just thought it was interesting that you would match two prospects early on like that, but I guess it was a personal beef between those two guys, so it made sense. But I just don't know between Devin Haney, between Teofimo Lopez, and now Ryan Garcia at 135. I don't know that we see any of those guys mix it up until somebody has a belt, or it's it's for a vacant title, or an elimination fight or something. That's just my personal opinion. Hey, Ricardo and Ron Finkley, man, I see y'all in the chats and whatnot. I haven't, based on where I'm seeing you on other live streams that you guys check out more often, man. So where are y'all from? Just for future reference. I missed that. I'm not too. Fight Night Live. Yeah, I checked out some of this stuff. I never caught one with Steve Cunningham commentating though. That must have been a Facebook link where you caught that one, Ron. Okay, man, I was born in D.C. actually, and kind of grew up, maybe before to age 10 or something. Grew up in the Hampton area, but I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Dayton, Ohio. But yeah, I try to keep up with Fight Night Live, and I see they do quite a few shows in the Philly area. So I don't know how I missed that one. What'd you think? Did you see the heavyweight from Philly, Sonny Canto? Did you see him? What'd you think about him last night? Michigan State is up 10-4 at the 15-minute mark. Ooh, nasty move from Zion. Missed the layup, though. Michigan State is getting back to the winner of this. Michigan State is kind of the wrong matchup for Duke and what they like to do. As much as Zion likes to get into the lane and get up into the air and create a shot, Michigan State has quite a few big bodies inside, and they're one of the more physical teams in the tournament. So this is a great matchup right here. Damn, I was moving a shed to front of a property till 2 a.m. I couldn't watch anything. Yeah, man, it's a dude named Sonny Conto that fought last night. He might have been, damn, McQuaid rose up like that. Yeah, this heavyweight, it was only his second fight, so it's hard to make a whole lot out of it. But he beat I want to say this cat was from New Mexico, but he was 1-5. I mean, it wasn't like he was a real threat. But Conto got him out of there in the first round, maybe in a little over a minute or right around a minute. I was just very impressed with him because he's 6'4", moved really well, real fast hands, good power. He a good level of aggression on him. He is with top rank. So, but one thing that I mentioned earlier, the big three in the heavyweight division, if they don't get together and do anything, some of these younger heavyweights, they're still so green that I don't see, like Conto, it's no way he could get in. The only one that I could see Conto having a chance at facing in the future, and it would be probably a good year and a half, 2 years away, would be Anthony Joshua based on his age. But, Joshua could have a loss by then or whatever. A loss or two, maybe. But I would check him out. If you have ESPN Plus, if you have that app, and all I will say, I don't know how the hell you find on-demand fights on ESPN Plus. It's a bit of a challenge. Share it on social media. Two-hand flush. Hey, look, Ron Finkley, man, I'm getting ready to get off here, man. I just was trying to jump on and make sure that this chat stuff right here, I was just making sure that worked. I've been trying to figure that out for a couple of weeks. So that's in place now. I really was just trying to make sure that worked, and I'm getting ready to get on out of here. My Cody box is pretty good, but I need my laptop. My Cody is, I don't know what happened, but I've been trying to figure out. All of a sudden, I can't get nothing on it. So now that I got this researched, I guess I can check out Cody, getting that fixed. But hey, man, I'm getting ready to jump on off of here, man. Don't work so hard on a Saturday night, man. 2 a.m. Hopefully that was for some nice money. You just weren't helping out a friend. Hey, but thanks for checking out the channel, man, and checking in with me. Like I said, I'm going to jump off of here and watch the rest of this game, man. I'll probably see you on in Junior the Truth, his Punch Junkie morning show thing. So I'll holler at you, man. Peace.